Excellent. So, as Loic said, I joined Airbnb about 4 months ago, but I'm going to talk about a different organization. In fact, I'd like to talk about a movement for the sharing economy. And by a movement, I mean exactly that. I mean huge numbers of people with a shared identity mobilized to take action to do two things: to grow the peer sharing economy and to fight for their collective interests against unfair and unreasonable obstacles. So what we're talking about here is people not just sharing their skills or their apartment or their car, but also their collective power to expand the sharing economy together and to stand up against entrenched interests that would unfairly stand in their way. So people power, if you like, or more accurately, peer power. Now, why would there be a need for such a thing? The sharing economy seems to be barreling along, pretty happily. Why do we need another organization? Well, firstly, the opportunity. And this was brought home to me in San Francisco a couple of weekends ago, where I attended a meeting of sharing economy participants. So there were drivers, passengers, hosts, guests, and tour guides from Relay Rides, Lyft, Airbnb, Viable, and Sidecar, and they were literally bouncing up and down with enthusiasm about the opportunity to collaborate together with each other. So they were developing ideas, brilliant ideas actually, to share customers with each other across verticals. One person even suggested that there could be a peer economy currency, maybe Bitcoin, or even points that would encourage people to cross verticals and recruit new people into this new economy. These people were incredibly impressive with their passion and their eagerness and their creativity to work together locally to expand the sharing economy. So that was the opportunity. It was incredibly exciting to see that. And I attended a couple of more of these kinds of meetings of people from different verticals in the sharing economy in New York, where the same thing happened. But secondly, so that's the opportunity. Secondly, though, there's the challenges. It's unlikely, I believe, and I believe this because I used to work for them, that the entrenched interests of the old economy are going to stand idly by as their business model of the past 70 years is challenged by the new economy. What's more, outdated laws and new laws which have been badly conceived with unintended consequences really threaten the growth of this sort of nascent new world economy. How much better it would be if citizens banded together to grow and protect their interests in the sharing economy rather than companies wielding their power. So I'm here to tell you about some plans which will enable people to create a member-driven movement for the sharing economy. If you like, a new kind of union for a new kind of economy. And I'm also here to ask for your support. So if you're a platform, help your users create this organization and join it. If you're a thought leader, blogger, or conference speaker, champion it. And if you've got some ready cash, please help fund it. And then why should you do this? Well, it's the right thing to do. We literally stand on the brink of a new, better kind of economic system that delivers social as well as economic benefits. In fact, social and economic benefits that the old economy promised but actually failed to deliver. As Julia, an Airbnb host, told me just last night, the sharing economy saved my arse. The old economy has largely failed us. Most people are not experiencing the economic independence and the happiness that mass production and consumerism promised. Partly in a way because largely the old system centralizes production, wealth, and control. That's just the way it works. And in a sense, that's largely to blame. The peer sharing economy is a new model which distributes power, wealth, and control to everyone else. Best of all, the very things that have become the casualties of the old economy, things like economic independence, entrepreneurialism, community, individuality, happiness, as Loic showed this morning, it's actually built into the very structure of this new economy. You can't do sharing without building community. without creating individualized experiences. We've had this ridiculous debate for the past 30 years or so in this old economy about a work-life balance, because the honest truth is life gets squeezed out because of work. As Rachel says, doing jobs we hate to get buy shit we don't need. But in the sharing economy, if in a sense, life is built in. So Etsy producers get to know their consumers and sell individualized goods. Whenever I take a Lyft or a Sidecar, which is a ride-sharing organizations in San Francisco, I always ask them, so why are you doing this? And their first response is to interact and meet with new, interesting people. And then secondly, the flexible hours and a bit of extra cash. It's the community they're most interested in experiencing. Fred Mazzella, I thought was a genius when he named BlaBlaCar, because he's actually naming what happens in the car. He named his organization not after the transaction, which is ride sharing, but because people communicate and go blah, blah, blah to each other in the car. He correctly, I think, identified what the real benefit of the sharing economy is, which is these other social and economic rewards. So, there's a nascent organization that's about to bloom. It's independent, it's member-driven, it's global, it's not a trade association, it's not a lobbying group. It will use peer power and collective action to grow the sharing economy and overcome unfair obstacles. I personally want to see the sharing economy grow to become the dominant global economic model in the world, because of these social and economic benefits which are built in, because of the distributed wealth, control, and power that it represents. It has a possibility of transforming the world for the better. So if you want that too, and especially if you'd like to see members champion it for themselves, rather than the usual suspects, see me afterwards, and I can tell you how you can help. Or talk to Leah, who's the founder of TaskRabbit, and Fred and Nicolas from BlaBlaCar, or Lisa Gansky. We can all help you tell you a little bit more about how you can get involved. So, vive la révolution, that's a bit of French for Loic. Thank you very much.